Good afternoon, Ramadan Mubarak, and thank you for joining us. The reason I'm thanking you is not that it's my session, but the topic is pretty interesting. And not too many people actually understand what is going to happen with us. And it is a very dynamic topic. The reason I'm saying why it is very dynamic, if Mustaf is asked me to talk about post-COVID scenario 2 months back, say in the month of January or February, or even early March, my response would have been a little different from what I will talk about today. And if Mustaf is asked me to share my views 2 months down the lane, again, my views may be a little different because we are actually in the situation and we do not know exactly how the world will shape up. But we have some ideas, we have done some research, and based on the research and the ideas and the current reality, we will have this talk today. We have, say, around 50 minutes. I can be a little short than that, depends on the interactions and the questions. I will keep it more conversation than a pure presentation. So we all are in this lockdown situation and we are thinking, the students are thinking like, how do I get a job? Where my job will be? Will there be a job in September or October or November? Then there are employees within the company who are thinking, I'm not laid off yet, I'm not fired yet, but there is a chance that I may be laid off tomorrow. There is a chance I may be fired, or there may be a chance that I may be let go, or my pay will be cut. The reason behind, there are other companies in Bangladesh and globally who are doing so. So why my company would be different? If there is not much revenue coming in, it is written on the wall. So it's a kind of a stress and a vulnerability for the existing employees. Then there is another group who used to have a job. Now they don't have a job. And if you don't have a job, getting back to employment is going to be a big challenge. And it is also a stress. So how we actually manage the stress and manage all these three scenarios, we will have to have our own plan, our own game plan. And I can share a little bit on that and we see how it goes. There is no right or wrong answer, and a lot depends on your current situation and your company situation and how the economy is actually shapes up. If I go to the next slide, one thing is pretty sure that the coronavirus pandemic is changing the work for a long, long time. Though it is written forever, it may not be forever, but it is going to be a long-lasting impact. And what is the big idea? The big idea is within this adversity of the economy, adversity of the business, the company will try to find a competitive edge. And that can only happen through innovation. And that can only happen through the quick response to the situation. আমরা একটা proverb শুনতাম আগে, সেটা হচ্ছে গিয়ে the quick and the dead. That means company, there will be two types of companies in the future, যেটা আমাদেরকে বলা হতো. One হচ্ছে the quick, who will understand the need and will be able to respond to the need very quick, very fast. And they are the ones who will survive. Anybody who are not so quick, who are not so agile, may not survive or may not have the competitive edge or may not have the leadership in the market. In this pandemic situation and the anticipated global recession, আমার মনে হয় that proverb or that theory has become more relevant for all of us. If we are not fast enough to understand, we will not survive. Before I go into what we need to do as an employee or as a job seeker, we first understand what is happening around us. We must understand what is going to happen to the economy globally and locally. We must understand that based on the external factors, we will have to respond to our preparation. If we try to prepare ourselves without knowing what is coming, then it may not be the right approach. So we must understand, assess what is happening. So I will request all of you to keep your antennas high up and scan. Every day scan. Don't only go look into the negative news, look into the opportunities as well. We all know the negative news. We all know the risk. We all know how many people are infected, how many people are dying. These are the negative spectrum. But if we want to survive, we also need to find out the opportunities where we can thrive. What are the next big thing? We must also look into those areas or factors. I go to the next slide.